So there was a ton of questions about self-publishing, which is normal. I'm a self-publishing expert, and I've been in this field for a long time. My book, Self-Publishing Books 101, kind of put me, in that rank of, expertise. But, I've just been doing this for a long time. It's been since I published my first book in 2008, started mentoring writers a couple years later, actually in 2010. People were just asking me, how did you do this? And here we are all these years later. So Suzanne says, self-publishing seems very intense and time consuming. What is one really gaining by self-publishing? Yeah, it is intense. It can be time consuming. But the thing is, I want to encourage you that you can hire people. So it doesn't have to be so intense. It doesn't have to be so time consuming, and it doesn't have to be so expensive. Like some people use vanity publishers, which are small publishers, which charge you like thousands of dollars to get your book self-published, basically. But to get your book published, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can spend hundreds of dollars. And so, we help you with that in Christian Book Academy. Traditional or self-publishing. Some of you will choose traditional publishing. Some of you will choose self-publishing. Some of you will be hybrid. So typically in Christian Book Academy, we attract a lot of people who want to self-publish. That is my expertise. I can help you with that. But we do have hybrid authors too. And we have some people that join for the marketing content, because there's a ton of really good marketing training for you. But I do want to say that I'm probably someone that's a little bit different in that I have never desired to be traditionally published. That has never been a dream of mine. That has never been something like, oh, I will finally made it if I get traditionally published. Like, I have never thought that, but my husband, CJ, has. He was one of those that always wanted to be a writer. I never dreamed about that. And so for me, it hasn't been like an important thing. For me, what's important is being obedient to what God has called me to do and getting the message out. Typically with self-publishing, you can get the message out a lot quicker than you can with traditional publishing. Traditional publishing will typically take 2 to 3 years, sometimes longer. And self-publishing, depending on your team, depending on what you're doing, depending on how long your book is, what all you're doing, I mean, you can get it done pretty much as quickly as you want. Now, you do want it to be quality. So you want to go through the process of making sure it's well edited and, the formatting is good and all the things, but the time is a huge, huge thing. And to be honest, I don't know. I mean, it seems like we're in the end times, and, it's like, I just wonder, like some of my friends that are starting the traditional publishing process, it's like, I would sometimes wonder, was Jesus going to come back before the book's done? Right? But I love self-publishing, and you can call it independent publishing, indie publishing, whatever term you want to use. A lot of people look down on self-publishing. I do not. I think it is amazing. You have so much control. You get more royalties. There's just so many advantages. But so there's a lot of questions on. Elsa says, how are you able to self-publish? If I do write the book, how on earth do I get it published? Christy asks, what's the best way to go about self-publishing? Charlotte says, Shawnee says, I love to write, but how do I move forward and actually self-publish? All of these questions, I would start with the publishing map. That's at trainingauthors.com/publishing-map. And that will kind of give you an overview. But the main company, like I said, that we use is kdp.amazon.com. And that's through Amazon. You can also use a company called Ingram Spark. So what happens when you use KDP or Ingram Spark, you upload these files, your book cover, your interior file, 2 different files. They do all the magic behind the scenes. And then for print books, it's print on demand technology. So they print your book only as it's ordered. So you don't have to order thousands of copies of books. You don't have to, have all of this money spent in buying books up front. if the book, it's just, it's awesome. If it sells really well, they're printing more books. If not, they're just not printing as many. And so the technology is amazing. For ebooks, you get a higher profit margin because there's less costs, right? And so those are, you just upload your files and people get them instantly. So that's kind of just in a nutshell. And like I said, we go into it in much greater depth, obviously step by step in Christian Book Academy.